had people, Israelites now, men and women that were against Christ, men and women that were for Christ. You know what I mean? So, that's just what it is. But let's keep reading. So, verse 58. So when they had given charge unto the garrison that was with them, they went toward Jamnia. So this is Joseph and Zechariah. They were trying to get them a name. Verse 59. Then came Gorgia and his men out of the city to fight against them. And so it was that Joseph and Azariah were put to flight and pursued unto the borders of Judea. And there was slain that day. So they got people killed and all types of shit. Boy, I'm telling you, was slain that day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Thus was there a great overthrow among the children of Israel, because they were not obedient unto Judas and his brethren. Remember, Judas was in charge. Judas Maccabees, I'm talking about, was in charge of him and his brothers, the Maccabees, but thought to do some valiant acts. So they didn't want to adhere to leadership. They didn't want to adhere to the men that were over them. They wanted to go and get them a name. Maybe if, a prophet came and talked to them and said, hey, this is what the Lord wants y'all to do at this time. Go scout the land and see what's going on. That would have been a righteous name. Go scout the land, bring the report back to Judas and his brethren, and you would have got a name like that. These were some brave men that went to go scout, just like the situation with Joshua. And, hey, the thing is, you got to do everything decently and in order, and not to your own glory, but to the glory of the Most High. When you're doing things to your glory and you think you're doing it by your might, by your hands, by your personality, by your skill level or whatever, that's when everything starts to fall apart, because you're relying on your power and you're not relying on the Most High power. You get it? So, hey, in all things, give Christ the glory. That's what it says in 1 Corinthians. In all things, give Christ the glory in whatsoever you do. Let's look at Judges chapter 7, verse 2. Because remember, Gideon was telling the Most High, hey, I don't know if we can win this battle with a few men. Like, you talking about going against like hundreds of thousands of men in the Midianites, and you just want me to just carry a few? Like, I don't know, man. But Most High, like, look, if you keep too many on your side, you're gonna feel like y'all won that battle, and y'all not gonna, y'all gonna look at me and say, we love you, but we did this on our own. No. So Judges chapter 7, verse 2. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. So he said, look, I don't want y'all to say it's by your might that you save yourself. Verse 3, now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there return of the people 22,000, and there remain 10,000. So 22,000 soldiers left, and only 10,000 remained that were not fearful. So I just kind of thought about something. There are brothers in Israel that are actually fearful. So because remember, King Solomon said everything happens over and over and over again. There's nothing new under the sun. So we actually do. Hey, I remember deacons used to always say that, brothers, if you're fearful, stay home. But that is true. There are some brothers in Israel that are fearful. Now, don't get that twisted. Anybody that's on the outskirts looking, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody more powerful, righteous, more, stand up than brothers in Israel. At the end of the day, the brothers that believe, hey, boy, let me tell you something, man. Fear nothing, bro. We done seen things in these scriptures. Fear nothing, bro. Fear nothing. You get what I mean? Fear nothing. Nobody. No organization, no system, no nothing. But I'm just telling y'all that just from reading that lets me know, you know, that we do have to build each other up more and more. Cause you don't know what nobody going through. You don't know the spirit that they dealing with. You know what I mean? But this right here proves that 22,000 of us went back and only 10,000 remained with Gideon. All right, so let's keep reading. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. It's still too many. So he like, bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So now Most High just doing cuts. If anybody, you know, if you used to going to tryouts every year, you know, middle school, high school, whatever, you used to going through cuts. You know, so the coach should be like, hey, who we going to war with this year? You know, I'm going to keep you. I'm going to have to cut you. I'm going to keep you. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Most High just made them cuts. He like, you might have to sit out this battle. You know, you ain't ready yet. And so at the end of the day, when it came down to it, they were left with 300 versus hundreds of thousands of the Midianites. You know what I mean? So, and if you read on in that battle, Israel eventually wins, and it's through the might of the Most High. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but we didn't even use no weapons. We used the horns, the shofars, and fire. You know what I mean? So we caused confusion. It was just a battle tactic, man. It's still a battle. It's still a war. You don't always win with weapons. I mean, that could have been a metaphor for, you know, it's not always flesh and blood. Like, you know, Paul says, it's not always flesh and blood. I mean, we might go through a technical war where we, you know, warring on the sites and through technology. But right now we know it's a spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that it's just amazing to me how Most High just say, just watch how I win. Just watch how I win. I mean, even King David won with a slingshot. You know what I mean? So it's like Most High just like, look, watch what I do. Watch what I do. I mean, I can go from a slingshot to I can make water fall down on the whole Egyptian army. Watch what I do. And that's the power that we have. Remember, David said, he taught my hands to war and my fingers to fight. That's martial arts, bro. Just downloading martial arts instantly. He taught my hands to war and my fingers to fight. So, you know, it's... And that was David's way of giving glory to the Most High. Like J. Cole was saying, you know, I can't do this if it ain't for the glory of the Most High. You know, if it ain't edifying my people, I can't do this. This is lame. So look at Judges 8 and 10. Now Zabah and Zal